Good morning, dear brothers and sisters.
Good morning, Father.
Today, the Mother Church is inviting us to celebrate the feast of Vincent de Paul. At the outset, as our parish priest, Father Vincent Arogyada, celebrates his feast today, let's wish him a happy feast, dear loving Father. And you know, Saint Vincent de Paul is the saint known to the each corner of the world. He is known to all the poor of our villages. Because there is a society, Vincent de Paul Society, which always takes care of the poor and which is always helping the poor, the downtrodden, the not cared people, and the gated communities. Dear friends, I do not think all the saints are known to them, but for sure Saint Vincent de Paul is known to these people because of this society. The purpose of this society is to give a voice to the voiceless, is to give a support, a tapping hand for the poor. So today, the Mother Church is also inviting each one of us to take this job of taking care of the poor, to whom there is no one to speak and to whom there is no one to support. And if we peep through the readings of the day, we have seen in the first reading, there is time for good and there is time for bad. There is time for beginning and there is time for end. And today, we also fall under this situation. We also should understand this situation. There is time for us to sow and to reap. But the thing here, what we are sowing, the same thing that we will reap. What we are giving as an example, the same thing will be given to us back. You know, one Kevin, a good photographer, a documentary photographer, he went to South Africa a long years back, and he have seen a photo and which is very popular widely. The photo is displayed like this. There is a small boy or girl, a baby. Under him there is a small bread, and behind this photography there is a vulture waiting. The vulture is waiting, and a boy under his arms a small bread, and he is protecting the bread. The boy is thinking the vulture will come and attack and take the bread off. But the same picture is given as an example, and this Kevin has got a lot of applause. And once he was called for an interview, and then he started explaining that I have taken this picture long years back, and this is my experience. And one of the member asked him, "Where is that boy? Is he still alive or not?" Then this Kevin replied, "I am not sure. Because of my hectic and busy schedule, I am out of the place." Then the person who asked him replied, "There, not one vulture, but two vultures are waiting. The one vulture is waiting not to eat the bread, to eat the boy if at all he dies. And the second vulture is waiting. He is none other than you, Mr. Kevin," and he left the place. So dear friends, there is time for everything. There is time for us to understand in what situation we are there and how we are understanding. This Kevin got many applause, but he forgot to take care of that particular boy in that situation. Today, are we also in given situations like this, behaving like a Kevin? In the gospel text we have seen Christ is asking, we have seen this gospel very recently. Christ is asking, who do the people say that I am? And many said many answers. The same answers are said by Herod king. And now the disciples are also saying, it is said by the king and it is said by the disciples of Christ. But the final reply of Peter elevates each one of us from a heart. That is, you are the Christ of God. You are the Savior of this world. So dear friends, when we able to say that He is Christ and He is the Savior, we are for the poor, because He is also for the poor. We are going to reap what we are sowing by accepting God as our Savior. Today, let us be kind like Vincent to this world, to the poor of this world, to the voiceless of this world, to the subaltern of this world, so that we will be also be applauded or given importance or given job that we are doing in our life. With a small thought in our mind, let's continue in this holy Eucharistic celebration.